Oh.
Yes. I don't have a drink problem. I drink, I get drunk, I fall over. No problem.
Somebody picks you up, I assume.
Yeah, oddly, I've got an almost unerring ability to get home.
Oh,
No,
right.
I don't understand it myself at all. But,
No, you know
I
where all the
usually,
handholds are.
I usually get home
Good. Please do.
without finishing up in a gutter. Usually.
That's it. You're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
They seem to be having a bit of tech problem at the club.
Why?
Yeah. Then
We can't get
struggling a
sound.
bit.
Yeah.
No, I've not got any sound, but mine, they just muted themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're all sort of staring at the screen that usually shows our faces. And I'm not sure it is showing our faces.
Mind you, that could be an advantage.
Incognito as well as unaccomplished.
Yeah. Oh dear. A lot of people are going to do Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing a spring song. Well, no, we're not now, are we? No.
What were we doing? It's got a crackling. Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably my system here.
Oh, is it? Oh.
It generates a little bit of noise now and then, and I don't understand why. Something going on in all these wires.
You're
nearly
sounding
there.
all right. Oh.
Never been able to nail it down. If I mute myself, it'll go away. Watch this.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I try and keep myself muted when everybody else is doing stuff, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
not too interfering.
Yeah. What did
But I've no idea where it's happening.
Yeah.
It's quite random, and
Yeah, it's just little tickles, isn't it? You can just hear it. Yeah.
just goes on.
It sounds like Morse code.
You haven't got any illegal immigrants under your table trying to...
No. No, like I said, there's a massive wiring here, and I've got separate cameras, separate microphones, keyboards, separate speaker setup, and the wires going to everything. And somewhere in there, it's generating this rubbish, but I have no idea where.
Your bookshelves look a bit like our bookshelves.
Yes.
Oh yes, you've got quite a lot too. Yeah. Trouble is, I can't help it. I was working in the library for 27 years, and there's always something I found that I liked.
Right. No, I'm not quite sure where we got all of this stuff from.
No, always handy. So
there's some of it from just stuff about the house, and jobs we've had done.
Yeah.
Seats and.
Are you in a modern house or are you in an older house?
No, it's probably comes from about 1920s sometime.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sort of cottage style thing.
But
it's had a few bits bolted on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have too. We're in a bungalow though.
No, I mean, what I'm sitting in now was, I'm fairly sure, originally a garage.
Oh, right.
But somebody modified it into a sort of an office cum utility. There's washing machines back there and stuff. But they did a rubbish job on it, so we had it done over a bit better, and it works okay now.
Yeah. What are you going to try? What, that light again?
Ooh, a bit bright.
You're going to move it?
Yeah, out of the line of the... Yeah.
Is that all right? You can turn the other one off then. No, is that one right? Oh yeah, that's better. No, that's better.
That looks okay.
Yeah.
Not too glary.
No, that was what I was worried about.
What? You've gone.
We've got sound. But they haven't unmuted themselves. What's going on here?
There's a lot of them.
Oh no, it's the top one, Chris, the one that just says Chris Harris, I think. That's got sound but no vision.
Oh, yep.
That one. That's unmuted. I see. Got it.
Kevin hasn't appeared yet. He's on, but he's not appeared.
Hi everyone, we're nearly there. Okay. What shall we sing? Ugh.
That's the problem. It was something we could both do. We were thinking it's people doing Easter ones.
I seem to have frozen. Froze for a moment. My internet connection is unstable. Shut up. Get working, you little bugger.
Camera problems at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it say here? New message.
Camera problem.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Oh, good. Sorry about that.
Oh, see me on the screen.
Yeah, you're there. Oh, and there's the anchor folk. That's good.
That's you. That's me again. You'll be cycling round.
On a penny farthing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds to look like it's time to mute.
Yeah, looks like it.
Ooh. Good evening. Right. This is the week I thought we'd do something interesting. It's not obligatory, but if you come up here to do a spot and you can just say a few lines about something interesting you've done, it would be nice to know. So my interesting fact, in 1982, the June of 82, a BA Jumbo flew through volcanic ash over Indonesia, big cloud of volcanic ash, which clogged the engines, which all eventually stopped. So they tried starting them again and it wouldn't work, and the aeroplane started to glide down and they headed for Jakarta. And when they got out of the ash cloud, eventually the dust blew through the engines and they managed to get all 4 engines restarted, and they just kept going and landed in Jakarta. Myself and my colleague led a team of 12 technicians, so there's 14 of us. In 9 days we changed 3 engines, all the cockpit windows which were sandblasted, lots of other bits on the 4th engine, did lots of work inside, blew out pitot systems, etc, etc. Spent 9 days, got very dirty, very busy, and got it serviceable to get back to London. So my interesting fact is I fixed the biggest glider on the world with a team of men. Wasn't just me, but wow, it's just one of those things. It doesn't have to be brilliant, it's just something that we don't know about. And because I made such a cock up of my music last week, I've found a song that's only got one chord, so that should help, shouldn't it? No, I wish I could do it. Ooh, sorry, I missed that.
Is it the right one?
Well, it wasn't last week. Every time I tried to play a C, I played a G, and vice versa. It got right. A maiden young and fair stood beside the glistening lake with mystery in the air. She's waiting for her lover, he went to fight the war. She's had a premonition that he'll be back. He went to fight for freedom, he went to fight for right. He rode upon his charger into the still raw night. The battle, it was furious, it raged for many a day. Comes home and never dies. Thank you. So we've still got 3 on Zoom then, is that right, Di? 3 on Zoom?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Right. Janet and Tony, are you okay? Well, that's good, yeah. All right, big hand for Janet and Tony.
You go there. Is that all right?
Interesting fact. Well, this afternoon in this very place, I took part in the U3A intergroup quiz, and our team came first. And I've picked up a few interesting facts from that as well. Okay, who wrote Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
Pass.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. You should have the courage of your convictions. Right, a song by... Oh, right. Tom Schuyler and Fred Knollock.
I'm going to say nobody you've ever heard of. No. Oh, I wanted to do that song about, let's drop the big one now, about America taking over the world, but Tony said it would be in bad taste.
I should have stopped me before.
So it's a little piece of misery here. Fresh out of college, carrying a PhD, I thought with all that knowledge, the world couldn't wait for me. But my eyes were open just as wide as they could be. Now I'm busy coping with this harsh reality. Took some time to learn what the world already knew. And now I wake up every day with a proper attitude. Life's a bitch and then you die. You don't know when and you don't know why. You live a little and you say goodbye. Life comes in and throws a switch. Life's a bitch and then you die. Life's a bitch and then you die. I went to see the preacher, such a righteous man, a healer and a preacher, I was sure he would understand. A great meditator, I told him about my life, told him how I hated all this daily stress and strife. He took off his collar, he looked me in the eye, closed the good book lying there, and much to my surprise he said, life's a bitch and then you die. You don't know when and you don't know why. You love a little and you say goodbye. Fate comes in and throws a switch. Life's a bitch and then you die. Life's a bitch and then you die. I went to see the doctor to cure me of my ills. He reached into his locker and he handed me a bunch of pills. He said, boy, by your description, I can tell you near the end. So take this here prescription and you'll be on your feet again. Follow these directions, in a week give me a call. And if they ain't effective, well, you might as well take them all. 'Cause life's a bitch and then you die. You don't know when and you don't know why. You love a little and you say goodbye. Fate comes in and throws a switch. Life's a bitch and then you die. You don't know when and you don't know why. You love a little and you say goodbye. Fate comes in and throws a switch. Life's a bitch.
And that was bad taste.
I know. I've been doing that for years, and you can tell it's a long time ago because it was point 10. The typing was point 10. Needed a. Could you not see me peering at it? Right.
Right, we're now going to do our bit to try and make America great again by playing a couple of American tunes. Actually, the second one might be all right Irish originally, but they don't play it, but the Americans do. Golden Slippers and Waiting for the Federals. Okay.
Yeah.
Tony, Trevor, did you bring an instrument? In other words, are you doing a spot? Are you doing a spot?
I'll do a couple later if I'm...
Yeah, just I didn't notice whether you had the instrument, so I didn't add you on my list yet. Right, big hand for John Denver. I mean Mary.
Don't let go. Oh, doesn't go. Oh, there we are. Quite safe. Something about myself. I've got a twin brother, and I usually, I tell people that I've got a twin, and they go, "Are you identical?" Well, I say he's a boy and I'm not. He's 6'3" with a size 13 foot. And I'm 5'5" if I stand very tall with a size 4.5 foot. So the answer is no, we're not identical. And he lives in Australia, and I think it's because he's trying to get away from me. I think that's what it is. Yes, it is going to be John Denver, so anyone who wants a snooze. It's cold here in the city. Always seems that way, and I've been thinking about you almost every day. Thinking about the good times, thinking about the rain, thinking about how bad it feels alone again. I'm sorry for the way things are in China. I'm sorry things ain't what they used to be. But more than anything else, neighbors all ask about us. I say you're doing fine, and I expect to hear from you almost any time. But they all know I'm crying, that I can't sleep at night. They all know I'm dying down deep inside. I'm sorry for all the lies I told you. I'm sorry for the things I didn't say. But more than anything else, I'm sorry for myself. I can't believe you went away. It's cold here in the city. It always seems that way. I've been thinking about you almost every day, thinking about the good times, thinking about the rain, thinking about how bad it feels alone again. I'm sorry if I took some things for granted. I'm sorry for the chains I put on you. But more than anything else, I'm sorry for myself. Without you. Here we go. Oops. Is this a new stand? It seems very... Have you polished it?
Me? Polish it? No.
There's a storm across the valley, clouds are rolling in, the afternoon is heavy on your shoulders. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away, and the whining of its wheels just makes it colder. He's an hour away from riding on your prayers up in the sky, and 10 days on the road are barely gone. There's a fire softly burning, supper's on the stove, but it's the light in your eyes that makes him warm. And hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. There's all the news to tell him. How do you spend your time? And what's the latest things the neighbors say? And your mother it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend, and hey, it's good to be back home again. And oh, the time that I can lay this tired old body down, feel your fingers feather soft upon me, the kisses that I live for, the love that lights my way, the happiness that living with you brings me. It's the sweetest thing I know of, just spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home, like a fire softly burning, supper on the stove, and the light in your eyes that make me warm. And hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yeah, hey, it's good to be back home again.
Thank you, Mary. Paddy, are you there, sir?
I'm here.
Right, 2 songs, please, Paddy.
Okay.
Oh,
First, one interesting
hang on
fact.
a minute, Paddy.
Oh, okay.
Right, now, Paddy.
Good. One interesting fact. Are we ready there?
Hang on, Paddy. We're just having a little technical hitch. There we go, we got it. Right, go for it.
Thank you. Okay, as I was saying, one interesting fact. Please feel free to regard this as boasting. In the days when I was a rock and roll hero, me and the band played support for Little Richard on a tour of England he was doing twice.
Oh. Wow.
Anywho, first song. It's called A Sailor's Life, or sometimes Sweet William. A sailor's life is a merry life. They rob young girls of their heart's delight, leaving them alone to weep and mourn. They never know when they will return. Here's 4 and 20 all in a row. My sweetheart, he cuts the finest show. He's proper tall, genteel withal. If I can't have him, I'll have none at all. Oh, Father, build me a little boat, that I might on the wide ocean float. And every queen ship as we pass by, I'll make enquire for me sailor boy. She had not sailed long upon the deep, and when a queen ship they chanced to meet, you sailors all, come tell me true, does my sweet William sail among your crew? Oh no, fair maiden, he is not here, for he's been drowned, we greatly fear. On yonder green island as we pass by, 'twas there we lost sight of you, sailor boy. She's wrung her hands and she's tore her hair, much like a lady in great despair. The little boat gainst a rock did run. How can I live now that my William is gone? Sailor's life is a merry life. They rob young girls of their heart's delight, leaving them alone to weep and mourn. They never know when they will return. And yes, as you probably all know by now, I'm fond of a parody. And this is a parody I picked up from a guy called Bob Williamson. He was a singer around the clubs in the north of England. And you'll recognise what it's a parody of fairly quickly, I think. I went down to Sammy's bar. Hey, the lampposts are leaning. Just went out to have a jar on me way up Hyde Road. I'd only had a pint or two when the lamppost started leaning in the way that lampposts do all the way up Hyde Road. So I moved on to bottle stout. Hey, the lampposts are leaning, the buggers keep moving about on me way up Hyde Road. Either I'm completely canned, or the lampposts are leaving. One just stood upon me hand on its way up Hyde Road. Must find me car, it's closing time. Me and the lampposts are leaving, but the pavement's so hard to climb up the north face of Hyde Road. I drove away from Sammy's bar as the lampposts were leaving, and one jumped out and hit me car and ran away up Hyde Road. They must have drunk too much light ale, the way the lampposts are leaning. Why is it me that's here in jail, and them as free on Hyde Road?
Thank you, Paddy. Nice, interesting fact. Thank you. Right, Kevin, are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here if you can hear me.
Just hang on, Kevin. Get you tuned in. Right, we've got. Right, have a chat, Kevin.
Yes, okay. I'm here if you can hear me now.
The volume's very low. Is there any way you can increase the volume your end?
Stand by. I'll see if I can increase the volume a bit. See if that makes any difference. Does that make any difference? Volume. Volume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's still quiet. Shall I try? Is it up full here, Chris?
I'm at maximum volume now.
All right, so leave it there, Kevin.
Okay, it's maximum volume now. Just hope I'm not too loud.
No, that's fine, Kevin. Thank you.
Okay.
Del and Marion, while I'm online, can you follow Kevin, please?
Okay, if you can hear me now, hope you can, hope it's not too loud. Just to let you know, some of you may not know that young men in Dublin are called jackeens, and young women in Dublin are called mots, M-O-T-S. Now, in Northern Ireland, a young man is called a blade, a young blade, and a young girl is called a wee cutty. This song is a morally sensitive song. I hope it doesn't offend anyone, especially any of those engineers in the audience. So my late great brother used to tell a story about a jackeen that took his mot up to the Phoenix Park. Now he was caught doing getting up to some shenanigans in the park, and he was taken to court. And the story goes that the judge said to him, "Will the accused please present his case?" Well, the jackeen said, "Well, Your Honour," he said, "me and the mot drove up to the Phoenix Park. I parked the car in a very quiet place called the Furry Glen. I put my hand on her knee, and the judge said, hold, hold, hold. He said, this case has obviously got sexual connotations, and as such, it must be heard in camera. Well, the Jackie said, what do you mean by that, Your Honour? The judge said, the clerk of the court knows what in camera means, the solicitors and the jury knows what in camera means, and that's all that matters, and I take them away. Then a week later, the case was reconvened. The judge said the accused may continue with his defence. Well, as I said, Your Honour, he said, myself and Lamont, we got into the back of the car. The judge says, in the back of the car? Goodness gracious, for whatever reason would you want to be going into the back of the car? Well, he said, Your Honour, I was hoping for a bit of how's your father? Well, the judge said, how's your father? I don't understand. Well, he said, if you don't mind me saying it, Your Honour, the clerk of the court knows what how's your father is. The solicitor knows what how's your father is. And if you had your bleating camera that night, you'd know what how's your father is. So anyway, this song is the Jackie falls in love with a cutty from Tyrone, and he ruminates on his chances and possible success or failure. It's called Easy and Slow, but in Dublin dialect, it's easy and slow, but Dublin dialect, it's easy and slow. It was down by Christchurch that I first met with Annie, a neat little girl and not a bit shy. She told me her father, who'd come from Dungannon, would take her back home to the sweet by and by. And what's it to any man, whether or no, whether I'm easy or whether I'm true? As I lifted her petticoat, hazy and slow, and I tied up my sleeve for to buckle her shoe. Well, we wandered down Thomas Street and on to the Liffey. The sunshine was gone and the evening grew dark. I down by King's Bridge and we got in a jiffy. The arms were around you, beyond in the park. And what's it to any man, whether or no, whether I'm easy or whether I'm true? As I lifted her petticoat, hazy and slow, and I tied up her sleeve for to buckle her shoe. Oh, from city or country, the girl is a jewel, and well known for gripping the most of the night. Ah, but the other young fella, he's really a fool if he tries at the first time for to go a bit far. And what's it to any man, whether or no, whether I'm easy or whether I'm true? As I lifted her petticoat, hazy and slow, and I tied up my sleeve for to buckle her shoe. Oh, if ever you go to the town of Dungannon, you can search your eyeballs are empty and dry. Be you lying or walking or sitting or running, a girl like Annie you never will find. And what's it to any man, whether or no, whether I'm easy or whether I'm true? As I lifted her petticoat, hazy and slow, and I tied up my sleeve for to buckle her shoe. And I tied up my sleeve for to buckle her shoe. Hazy and slow.
Kevin,
Yeah.
Kevin, could you get a bit closer to the microphone because the guitar's drowning out your voice a bit. Can you get the microphone a bit?
Right, we'll try that. Thank you. Okay. Okay, this is a traditional English song, would you believe? I used to share a house in Sunbury with 4 other engineers, and it was very impossible to study in that house, so I used to call into Felton Library on the way home. And during our courses they're pretty intensive. I used to spend about 3 hours studying, and then at the end of that, and only at the end of that, I used to go into the folk library there and search for material. And it's the first time I've ever really discovered that there was a thing called English folk music. So they weren't all guns and pipes, they were all good humour songs and good luck to the landlord's daughter, good luck to the barley mow. So it had opened up a new field. So this is a song about the English dragon. At the time it's Eglamour who takes on the dragon. It's a mythical tale from Middle England, and by all accounts from a narrative of 3,000 lines, but this is a short version. So I have reason to believe that this dragon still exists, because the dragon was extorting money from the locals, and if they didn't pay, he took action on their stock. So I believe the dragon might still be with us. So it's called Sir Eglamour. So here we go. Sir Eglamour was a fine guy, he took up his sword and he went to fight as he rode o'er hill and dale, all armoured with a coat of mail. Ball-a-roddy-ball-latin, a little blacky down the lane. And when she saw some little more, you should have heard that dragon roar. Ball-a-roddy-ball-latin-a-lanky down the lane. Well, then the tree began to shake. Ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. Horse trembled and the great. Ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. The bird betook them all to sleep and could have made a grown man weep. Ball-a-roddy-ball-latin-a-lanky down the lane. But all the pain was to fear. Ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. For now they fight like dog like bear. Ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. And though they go to sound and fight, and live long days and born tonight. Ball-a-roddy-ball-latin-a-lanky down the lane. The dragon had a pretty high. Ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. Never could have made the shark that the sharpest seal and could have bite. Ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. No soul presented to her skin, which made the night and made her grin. Ball-a-roddy-ball-latin-a-lanky down the lane. But as he told and she did burn, ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. He watched the dragon and breaks return, ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. But as he yawned and she default, he thrust his sword up, hilt and goal. Ball-a-roddy-ball-latin-a-lanky down-the-lee. Like a cow when she did fly, ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. Unto her tender faulty by, ball-a-roddy-down-the-lee. And there she sailed all night long, the night had used his trusty sword. Ball-a-roddy-ball-latin-a-lanky down-the-lee. So Eglamour.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you very much. Sorry if the sound, but I've got no control this time. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to try and help you sort that. Right, Della Marion, are you there, please? Well, one of you is.
Hear us.
There we go.
Now you can hear us, I hope.
Can you hear us?
Yes, fine.
Good.
Right. Okay, you wanted an interesting fact. I think it's interesting anyway. Many years ago, sort of early to mid 60s, I used to sing in a folk group called the Crookallen Folk Four. From time to time, we would get chancers and wide boys telling us that they could make us a fortune if we signed them up for 25 or 30%, and of course it would cost us a little money just to get started. And Fred, who was the leader, and his full name was Fred Crook. And he said, no, I can't talk to you now, we're just about to go on. What we'll do, I'll give you my number and give us a ring. And the number he gave them was Croydon 1113. Croydon 1113 in those days was the telephone number of the local police station. And you can imagine people's reaction in the police station when somebody phoned up and asked for Fred Crook.
That was it.
Right.
Oh dear. Yes.
We haven't ever done this before because other people did it, but they haven't done it for a long time. So we're going to try it. The water is wide. The water is wide, I can't get o'er, and neither have I the wings to fly. Give me a boat that will carry two, and the boat shall row, my love and I. Oh, down the meadow the other day, a gathering flowers, both fine and gay, a gathering flowers, both red and blue. I little thought what love can do. I leant my back against an oak, thinking it was a trusty tree. But first it bent and then it broke, as did my love prove false to me. I put my hand into some bush, thinking the fairest flower to find. I pricked my finger to the bone and left the fairest flower behind. A ship there is that sails the sea. She's loaded deep, as deep can be,
but not
as deep as my love I'm in. I know not if I sink or swim. Oh, love is handsome, love is pure, and love's a treasure when first it it's new. But love grows cold as love grows old and fades away like morning dew. The water is wide, I can't get o'er, and neither have I the wings to fly. Give me a boat that will carry two, and both shall cross, my love and I. The water is wide. Take those off now. Okay, this
Quick swig of the beer.
Yeah.
This one we have done before.
This one we have done before. It's sort of as a bit of a kind of chorus, but not a great deal of one. The hunt is up. The hunt is up, the hunt is up, and it is well nigh day, and Harry our king has gone hunting to bring his deer to bay. The east is bright with morning light, and darkness it is fled, and the merry horn wakes up the morn to leave his idle bed. Behold, the sky with golden dyes are glowing all around. The dew has gleamed, the grass is green, rejoicing to the sound.
The
Sun is glad to see us clad, all in our lusty green. Smiles in the sky as it rises high, to see and to be seen. The horses snort to be in sport, the dogs are running free. The woods rejoice, and the merry noise of trumpets blowing free. Awake, all men, I say again, be merry as you may. For Harry our king has gone hunting to bring his deer to bay. The hunt is up.
Del,
Yeah.
when you mentioned that phone number, my Christine laughed, and I'm worried now why my missus knows Croydon's Nick's number.
Good luck in finding out.
Right. Big hand for Cam.
I'm going to try and tell you an interesting story. I wanted to do a couple of Irish songs tonight because it's almost St. Patrick's Day and we won't have another session for St. Patrick's Day. And for those of you who don't know, I used to play in a trio with Kevin's brother, the late Paddy Brady, called the Paddy Wax, and we used to have great fun playing. And it reminded me that I once met someone who actually had more Irish charm and blarney than Paddy. And it was Tony Ryan, who started Ryanair. My bank I used to work for, we had a joint venture with them, an aircraft leasing company. It was right back in the late 1970s. And we wanted to do a deal with Lockheed. So the president of Lockheed came over to Ireland for a meeting with Tony and me. We went in Tony's great big flash car to Shannon Airport to pick him up personally. Drove him to the hotel that we'd booked for him, which was a castle built by the Guinnesses in about 1900 and modelled on an Edward II castle. We pulled up to the front door, which was about the size of this opening here. Tony Ryan leapt out, opened the door and said, "Come on in, sir. 'Tis not much, but it's home." I kid you not. I'll tell you a tale of a sailor bold. His name was Dandy Vernon. He worked on a steward on the old Cunard, and the money he was earning. He knew his way round every port. He wandered near and far. Took his stand as a drinking man. Never said no to a jar, boy. Never said no to a jar. Take your stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar. Take your stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar. In Amsterdam or Yucatan, New York or Zanzibar. Take your stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar, boy. Never say no to a jar. Nanny 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 na. Now Dandy likes the sailor's life, agrees with his ambition. For to see the world and meet the girls was Dandy's given mission. He's stolen hearts in every port, he's known in every bar. He took his stand as a drinking man, never said no to a jar, boy. Never said no to a jar. Stand as a drinking man, never say no to a jar. Take your stand as a drinking man, never say no to a jar. In Amsterdam or Yucatan, New York or Zanzibar. Take your stand as a drinking man, never say no to a jar, boy. Never say no to a jar. Nanny 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 nanny. There comes a time in most men's life when they get tired of roaming, and the roaring fire is their desire, a glass of ale, a foaming. You have your dandies out there who need the ooh-la-la, and take the stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar, boys. Never say no to a jar. Take your stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar. Take your stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar. In Amsterdam or Yucatan, New York or Zanzibar. Take your stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar, boy. Never say no to a jar. Nanny 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 nanny. Dandy's getting thin on top, thick around the middle, but the girls still sigh at his twinkling eye, the charming yarning dibble. He's welcome still in every port, especially after dark, when he takes his stand as a drinking man. Never says no to a jar, boy. Never says no to a jar. Now just stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar. Take your stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar. In Amsterdam or Yucatan, New York or Zanzibar. Take your stand as a drinking man. Never say no to a jar, boy. Never say no to a jar. Nanny 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 nanny. That was one of Paddy sang often in here, wasn't it? Yeah. And I think he sang this one as well. Everything Paddy ever did was in D. And if there were minors in it, he'd say, Chris, Cam, you do the minors, I can't be bothered. I've a nice little cot and a small bit of land in a place by the side of the sea, and I care about no one because I believe there's nobody cares about me. My peace is destroyed and I'm fairly annoyed by a lassie that works in the town. She sighs every day as she passes this way. Do you want your old lobby washed down? I've no idea what this is about. Do you want your old lobby washed down, sunshine? Do you want your old lobby washed down? She sighs every day as she passes this way. Do you want your old lobby washed down? The other day when the landlord came by for his rent, I told him no money had I. Besides, 'twasn't fair for to ask me to pay when the times were so awfully bad. He felt discontent at not getting his rent, and he shook his big head with a frown. Says he, I'll take half, but I says with a laugh, do you want your old lobby washed down? Do you want your old lobby washed down? Sunshine, do you want your old lobby washed down? She smiles every day as she passes this way. Do you want your old lobby washed down? Now the boys look so bashful when they go a-courting. They look so awfully shy, and to kiss a young maid, they seem half afraid, but they would if they could on the sly. But me, I do things in a different way. I don't give a nod or a frown. When I'm out there to court, I says, here goes for the sport. Do you want your old lobby washed down? Do you want your old lobby washed down? Sunshine, do you want your old lobby washed down? She sighs every day, she passes this way. Do you want your old lobby washed down? My pleasure.
I'm trying to think who's following you. Chris, can you follow me? Right, big hand for Mike and Helen.
The year is 1970. The place is a pub called The Sloop in a little village called Wootton Bridge on the Isle of Wight. In a little tin hut behind the pub, there's a folk club taking place this evening. Well, the tin hut hasn't been there for many, many years, but I wander in. I think it was my first actual visit to a folk club, and there's a chair free beside a couple of rather nice-looking girls, and I hear them talking what I thought was German. So with my best O-level German, I attempted to chat them up. Eventually, at the end of the folk club evening, one of them said, I don't think it was Helen, one of them said, do you know what time the buses go back to Ryde? So I said, you don't need a bus, I'll give you a lift. So I took them back to Ryde, to their digs, and dropped off the first one, Margaret. And the second one I dropped off turned out to be Helen, and the rest is history.
I'll tell you one thing more. I couldn't speak English at the time when I went to that folk club, and I learned it's not compulsory to speak English when you go to a folk club.
No.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that one yet. We're not doing that one yet. We are not doing that one yet. Would you like to put up the one we are doing?
Shall we do this one first, Mike?
That's a good idea. I wish I'd thought of that.
55 years later, you can see what happens.
This is a phrase borrowed from Rachel Reeves. Better times are coming. Well, the cow's been dry, the hens don't lay, there's no place I can borrow. If the landlord or the loons twice as strong as any ox, and she don't smell much better. I didn't kiss that Mary Lou but once, then I had to leave her. Makes my collar get so tight I start to burn with fever. So pick away on the old banjo, keep that guitar strumming. Put more water in the soup, there's better times coming. So come on boys, get your girls and kick your heels up higher. Don't let no one steal your girl, just hold her a little tighter. So pick away on the old banjo, keep that guitar strumming. Put more water in the soup, there's better times a coming. My rooster used to chase the hen, he just kept getting thinner. He nearly ran himself to death, so I brought him in for dinner. Cotton crops are mighty poor, the weeds are really growing. I need a woman pretty bad to help me with the hoeing. So pick away on the old banjo, keep that guitar strumming. Put more water in the soup, there's better times a coming.
Give me a moment.
Okay. The next song is a sort of dedication to a very good friend of ours and a very good friend of the club. Not everyone will know him because he hasn't been around at the club for a long time. Our very good friend Dave Copp, husband of my other singing partner Irene, passed away last week. For anyone who's interested, the funeral will be on the 19th of March at Woking Crematorium at 1 p.m, followed by the Gorse
Hill
Hotel
in Woking.
Hookheath Road, Woking. Anyway, this song is sort of dedicated in a way to Dave, and it's called Special Absent Friends.
He will be missed.
Time has come to say goodbye, for every road must end, to the ones who care and are always there, our very special friends. Let's say goodbye to those we love, and maybe share the tears. But before we close, let's think of those we love who can't be here. Let's raise our hands to absent friends, for every road must end. You'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friends. As we go down the road of life, sometimes we race too fast, and as we chase the future bright, we can't forget for every road must end. You'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friends. And when it's time for us to go, and our long journey ends, we'll never be alone, you see. We'll be with absent friends. Let's raise our hands to absent friends, for every road must end. You'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friends. Let's raise our hands to absent friends, for every road must end. You'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friends. Let's raise our hands. Let's raise our hands. For every road must end. Road must end. You'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friends.
Thank you.
Stand a bit lower. See all this, I think. Down there. Yeah. Big hand for Chris Wallace. Okay, factoid. My claim to fame, 12 years ago, I was the winner of the Turner Prize. Absolutely true. If you precede it with the words Surrey and Wood.
Well done anyway.
Thank you. Right. This is from 1945. I was doing some gardening today and clearing up all the leaves from the fall of the autumn, and so I thought I'd play this one, which is Autumn Leaves, which was written in 1945 by, who is it? Jacques Prévert, but then the English version, which we all know, was written by Johnny Mercer. So this one's going to be a mashup of the English version and the Edith Piaf French version. And I'll do an English back translation of the Edith Piaf one as well. So you can see that they actually bear absolutely no relation to each other. So I don't know where Johnny Mercer got his idea from, because he wrote it after the French original. Falling leaves outside my window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, your summer kisses, sunburned hands I used to hold. Song, but I'll miss you most of all, my darling, when the autumn leaves start to fall.
chanson qui nous ressemble. Toi tu m'aimais, je t'aimais, je vivais en tout. Where are we? Et des ensemble, je vis en tout. Des ensembles. Moi qui t'aimais, mais la vie s'aimait ceux qui s'aiment tout doucement. Fais de bruit à la mer, efface le sable et la part It is a song just like us. You love me, I love you. We live together, we live as one. Sound, and the sea takes away all trace of our footprints in the sand. The falling leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. So yeah, that's, it bears absolutely no relation to the other song, does it? At all. Okay, so that was 1945. This is 1745. A Scottish ballad, possibly about James V, but who knows? It could have been about another squire somewhere in the village of Winsbury in Shropshire. It's Willie of Winsbury. The king has been a prisoner, and a prisoner in Spain, and weary of the Winsbury has lain long, long with his daughter at home. What ails thee, my daughter Janet? Why you look so pale and wan? Oh, have you had any sore sickness? Or you've been sleeping with a man? No, I've not had any sore sickness. No, you've been sleeping with a man. It is for you, Father dear, for biding so long in Spain. Cast off your berry brown gown. You stand naked upon the stone, that I may know you by your shade, whether you be a maiden or none. And she's cast off her berry
for a night, nor a man of birth and fame. It was with Willie of Wednesbury I could no longer bide alone. So the king has called for his merry men all, by 30 and by 3, saying, fetch me this Willie of Wednesbury, for hanged he shall be. But when he came the king before, he was clad all in the red silk, his hair was like the strands of gold, his skin as white as the milk. It is no wonder, said the king, my daughter's love you did win. For if I was a woman, as I am a man, my bedfellow you would have been, Pinky. Now will you marry my daughter Janet, by the truth of your right hand? Oh, will you marry my daughter Janet? I'll make you the lord of my land. Oh yes, I will marry your daughter Janet, by the truth of my right hand. Oh yes, I will marry your daughter Janet, but I'll not be the lord of your land. And he's mounted her up on a milk-white steed, and himself on a dapple grey, and he's made her the lady of Osmarch land. She shall ride on a long summer's day.
I'll give you a little add-on to my little story. There were 6 BA technicians helped by 6 Qantas technicians, and we're busy changing all these engines. And the Aussie shift leader came back. It's right, John and I are going for a piss, because John's the only one here with clean hands. Right, we'll have a break and then carry on after 10 minutes or so.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
We can't hear you.
Yes, now I can hear you, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry
You're
about
right.
that sound if it was bad. I don't know what's happening. I've got no control this end.
Yeah, you were very quiet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they asked me to switch it up, and I switched it up to maximum, which I never do. So
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, and are you saying that the voice was down and the guitar was too loud? Is that?
No, to be honest, the whole thing was quite quiet. I didn't think the guitar was too bad, but it was.
Yeah.
It was the whole thing.
I suppose pull the jack out and try.
No,
No,
it
it's
won't.
not that.
Okay, well, the only thing I can do in the meantime, I did check the bottom of my screen here, and I saw that my sound was set at 70%.
Ah.
Ah.
Now,
That might have been
70% is not bad, but on the other hand, it might be that extra 30%.
Is it that thing, something sound though? Is it? Are we all on
Yeah, trouble is the sound. Quite a lot of the sound is auto, and if it's something else, it'll it won't send it up to top.
Oh, I see. You think it kind of controls itself, does it?
Yeah, normally you can set it so that it's user controlled, but I'm not quite sure how easy it would be to do.
Oh well, I'll talk to Chris during the week and we'll see if we can improve it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your input.
Yeah, it's really funny, isn't it? This sound thing. You know?
Yeah.
Was it original sound or?
Oh no, that's
something
different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with
original sound. If you use original sound, you get the background as well. Because normally the speakers, when you set it, the speakers, not the speakers, the mics, which are controlled, the input is controlled by Zoom. It will concentrate solely on the local sound.
Right.
But when you put in normal original sound, you get the whole background, and that's why when you're playing a guitar or pipe or something like that, you need it.
I enjoyed your songs, folks. They came over very well.
Did it? Oh, good.
They did extremely well, especially the Water is Wide came over beautifully.
Wait, what was that?
The Water is Wide. Yeah. We've known it for years. Although I must admit I had to put my glasses on and read the words, which I don't normally have to.
Yeah. Jackie did it once, and somebody else, and we thought,
it.
well, no, we won't. but
it hasn't been done for a long time, as far as I am aware. And it's a lovely song. We loved singing it, so we thought we'd give it a go tonight.
Yes. I don't think anyone will be upset if you sing a song that they've sung, because there's so many singers and so many songs.
That's the thing. You're right.
Here and there.
Yeah.
Now, even as I speak to you now, can you hear my voice, or is it still very low?
It's still pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me just try the volume and see if that makes any difference now.
See if it makes a difference.
Does that make any difference now?
No.
Okay, well then.
What about the microphone? Is it something to do with that?
That's
it.
That's what Kevin was doing.
What about the jack into the?
No, it doesn't make any difference.
Make any difference.
No, if it's connected, it's connected.
Yeah.
This microphone here is plugged into the laptop. But
that's it. You've done it.
Is that
You're
it?
loud.
That's it. You're loud.
Oh my goodness.
What was wrong?
I got two connections here. One comes from the microphone, and the other comes from the headset, which I'm wearing. So the microphone, in fact, was not plugged in correctly. Can you hear me loud now?
Oh, yeah, very loud.
You're perfect now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that might be the answer.
Yeah.
Because, okay. I'm just turning it now to what we call the 9 o'clock position.
Yeah.
What kind of volume is that now?
No, that's quieter again.
That's quiet. I'm just going to take it up then to the 12 o'clock position.
Yeah, halfway between those two is perfect.
Right. Okay, so we say
Take
about
it
the
down
10
a bit.
o'clock, about the 10 o'clock position.
That's it.
Yep.
Thanks for that, folks.
Oh,
Well,
that's
you,
all right.
you found it. Or rather, Marion did, really.
Yeah.
That's the last thing.
There'll be a check in the post, folks.
What What was it, an Irish one?
An Irish shake, yeah. It'll bounce before it gets to
No, that's what I was thinking.
Opened his voice and knocked me off my feet.
That's a good one now. At least I'll be able to say to Chris, but I know I really feel bad if people have to listen and the sound is bad. I say the singing is bad enough, but the sound be bad.
No, honestly, both of them would sound lovely. We were like this.
Desperately trying to hear what.
Oh, and thank God we don't take these things too seriously.
Oh, I know. It's just the joy of doing it.
It's just too old to do it now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Del, I think you said, was it? You said last week that you were over 80. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, well, I'm 82, so that'll just give you some idea of how you stand.
I think I'm not sure whether even now you're the oldest, because I'm not sure about Paddy.
Oh yes, well I'd say Paddy's probably younger than me, but
well,
yes, hard to know. Oh, he probably won't say anything now. He probably.
No, I was going to say this when I got on anyway. But in a couple of weeks' time, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
My birthday.
Yes.
And I'll be 82.
Oh, good.
Yeah. That's our granddaughter's birthday. We've got to send a card to her.
Well.
She's 9.
She's 9.
Give her my regards.
We will.
Well, I hope you have a lovely birthday, Paddy. Are you spending it at home, or are you going to see your daughter in
Belfast? I think there's something going on down at the pub in town.
Lovely.
Hastings is quite a singy sort of town.
Yes.
We've sung there. We did sing there once.
Sing there years
at
ago.
a club there. Yeah, once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the club that Mike and Helen
on the Isle of Wight.
Went to on the Isle of Wight. I almost exactly the same time in March 1970. We spent our honeymoon there, and we went to
a folk club.
Oh my goodness! Was it the same club?
It must have been.
It can't be that too. There can't be too many clubs in the Isle of Wight.
No, exactly.
I'm sure we went through a pub and out the back somewhere. I can't remember a lot about it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty certain it must have been the one.
Yeah. I think most folk clubs were in the back of a pub somewhere, weren't they?
Or upstairs. And you think, where the hell are you going?
We went into a nice pub in the Isle of Wight one time, and we had our instruments with us. And the gentleman in the bar said, are you a group? And we said, yes, we are. He said, well, would you give us a song? We said, yeah, sure, we'd be very happy to play. They said, you give us a song, we'll get you a drink. So they got us around the drinks. We took all the instruments out and started playing. And they were all thrilled and started joining in. All of a sudden then, the owner came in. And he said, who asked you to play? We said, well, all these people. He said, I didn't ask you to play. Get out.
Lovely.
He kicked us out, and he wouldn't even let us finish our drinks. So that's one place I won't be going back to.
No. Who was it? We had Noel Murphy, didn't we, to open our club down in Croydon?
Oh, well, I knew Noel, yes. And my brother knew Noel very well.
Yeah.
He was, yes, he's rather blotted his copybook, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But we had some wonderful people.
Yeah.
We had. It looks like we're back.
Right. You okay, gals?
We are.
Bear with me a second, I've got to think.
While it's messing about, I'll tell you my fact, shall I? Many years ago, in the mid-60s, when I was 3. Yeah, right. My boyfriend played in a band with a chap called Ian Anderson, who turned into Jethro Tull later. But whenever they were doing a long trip, they used to come and stay at our place. We lived in an old vicarage in Lincoln, and they used to, get their sleeping bags out on the floor because it was a great big place. So I was doing my hair ready for the gig one night, and you know, we all had hair down here, didn't we then? And to get it ready, anybody who had wavy hair like me, we used to iron
it.
So it would go on the ironing board, wet, and you'd go, and the steam would go, and then he'd have straight hair up to about there. Anyway, Ian saw me doing this, and you know what his hair's like. So he said, will you do mine? So I said, yeah, if you like. Put it on the ironing board. It wasn't very long, but put it on the ironing board. So I ironed Ian Anderson's hair. And it looked like nothing on earth. It just stuck out straight like a Christmas tree. Didn't ask me again.
Wow,
Now
follow that
Susie's.
one.
Go on then.
No, I won't do my Viv Stanchel one.
No, don't do that.
No, won't do that one. So, I have been peed on by royalty.
Whoa.
I'll put that into context. Or maybe I shouldn't. So I was a nurse at Great Ormond Street, and a royal came in for a procedure, a baby.
Oh, baby.
So I picked this baby up with no nappy on, and he peed all over me. And that was in 1970. So you can work back, go through all the royals and work back out which one it was. I can't say.
Could have been any of them.
Could have been. Is that it then?
Is that it?
I
Yeah,
didn't get a
right,
flipping
okay.
clap. Well, thank you. Get out.
If you want to hear some good stories, get her on her own and get her to tell you about the stories about when she was a nurse.
Ghosties.
Disgusting.
Some of it.
Oh, I was trying to have a cake and a cup of tea this morning. She was telling me about excrescences that I did not want to know about.
No.
Anyway, let's do it. We're not doing Irish ones
we're
because
not
at the
doing-
weekend it's International Women's Day, so we thought we'd do.
But we're not. Well,
we're going to do a couple of. That's on the wrong way around. That's why it sounds tilly.
It's in F.
We're going to do a couple of Peggy Seeger songs. Right. Okay. And they've both got bits you can join in on. And I'm not going to teach you them because it's easy. You'll pick up if one things if you don't.
Still out. That's it.
That's not.
Press the
It's that one.
capo down.
It is. It's in the middle. It's not the capo that wants pressing down. It's something wrong with this. This is a new.
Oh, there you go. It's in now. I heard it go in.
Did you?
I did.
You have the perfect pitch.
They're getting.
I'm close.
I can see the whites of their eyes. They're turning red.
Okay, that was it. It's good enough for folk, isn't it?
My face to the sky, my back to the wind. Winter is entering my bones. The day being long, the night's drawing in, and I'm thinking of heading for home. Yes, I'm thinking of heading for home.
Gonna sing song.
The cradle and grave, the fruit and the seed, the seasons mirror my own. Turkeys flying south are calling to me, and I'm thinking of heading for home. Yeah, I'm thinking of heading
sing for the children and cry for the world. And I'm thinking of heading for home. Yes, I'm thinking of heading for home. As time's my old friend and death my new kin, I'm not taking the journey alone. I am old, I am young, I'm all that I've been, and I'm thinking of heading for home. Yes, I'm thinking of heading for home. The memory of love will burn in my heart till embers and ashes are gone. The light in your window is my northern star, and I'm thinking of heading for home. Yeah, I'm thinking of heading for home. It's time I was heading for home.
Well, that was all right when we decided to sing together.
It was. And it was better this morning.
Yeah, you should come around to my house and listen to us practice. It's lovely. Right, you want this one in A flat, don't you?
Yeah. And this is quite topical at the moment with things going on in the world, but then again, there always are things going on in the world.
That's very profound, Susie.
Yeah, that's me.
It's all over, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nation. How I long to hold the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. I cannot understand how the sisters, wives and mothers cannot stop the slaughter of the husbands, sons and brothers. Oh, how I long for peace. There never will be peace till men abandon fighting as the way to deal with problems that prevent us from uniting. Oh, how I long for peace among the people and the nations. How I long to hold the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. The prophets made from war that few can resist them. Hypocrisy and greed control the lifeblood of the nation. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to hold the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. The world can wait no longer for political permission. Sit down, disrupt, do anything to make the whole world listen. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to hold the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long
peace. You go first because you'll be quick.
I'll go.
Send a copy of that to Trump for me. There's a good girl.
Yeah, my cleaning lady's gone to Florida for 3 months to stay with a friend, and I said, if you spot Trump while you're over there, just kill him.
Oh. Okay, big hand for Malcolm. Hello. An apology, because I was due to come here with Lacuna in January, and unfortunately we couldn't make it. So I let you down quite close to the date, so sorry about that. What happened was Sarah, who's from Edinburgh, has a mum in a hospice in Edinburgh, and her dad is the main sort of link between her and her mum, the only way she knows what's going on with her mum, really. And he fell over Christmas and he broke his pelvis. He's over 80. So she was having phone calls with him where he was on morphine and didn't know where he was, and let alone what was happening with her mum. So she had to go up to Edinburgh several times to help with that. So we've had a bit of a hiatus, but we'll be back in June 2026 for you. I think I missed the theme at the beginning, which seems to be meeting well-known people, which I don't have anything to contribute on anyway.
An interesting fact about yourself, that's what it is.
Oh, right. Well, there aren't any of them. None of them. Okay, so I'm in two minds about what to do here, but I think I'll do a gentler song to start with. In fact, I'll do two gentle songs for you. This is called Charlottesville. What was I to do when my ship went down, my endurance sank? I applied to you to iron out my frown, fill in all the blanks, like a song in a common time, with words that always rhyme, time after time. Every Friday morning, my usual slot, a returning sun. In the warmest room, through a hole I drop, sometimes overcome. Behind the warning sign, we work through olden times for a voice that's mine. And all Friday morning, comes and goes, gently treading on my toes, dancing close enough to probe. I don't need a pill, I am going back to Charlottesville. In another world, at another time, I can only guess. In another life, she's a child, a wife, a marchioness. Where does this lady go? Will I ever know? That door is always closed. And on Friday morning, gently treading out my toes, dancing close enough to probe. I don't need a pill, I am going back to Charlottesville. time to run, now the walking's done each and every day. Can I stand alone? Will you help me on, you who always play? And when the swallows swoop on blue sky afternoons, I will remember you. And on Friday morning, all comes and goes, gently treading on my toes, dancing close enough to probe, and I don't need a pill. I am good. Friday morning, oh, Friday morning, oh, Friday morning.
Thank you very much.
So when I was a kid, it always seemed to me that my mum and dad were very judgmental of people and things and behaviour, and probably me and my brother and sister more than anything else. I don't think they were lovely people actually. I don't think they were any more judgmental than anybody else. But that's how it came over to me when I was a kid. So. That's the way you are when you're a child, isn't it? Anyway, I grew up and I met my wife, and my wife met my mum and dad, and they loved her. So this is about all the things. I think that this is a list song, really. So it's it's in the same bracket as "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel, this is all the things that they disapproved of, and my wife, who they did approve of. It's called They Approve of You. Approved of You. They disapproved of debt you should have saved up for it first. They disapproved of spending too, so which of those is worse? They disapproved of Tenby and they loathed the Cheddar Gorge. They picnicked in their car to avoid the tourist hordes. They disapproved of Scargill and Mrs. Thatcher too. They disapproved of businessmen in sharp blue suits, and they didn't like the internet or swearing on the box. They disapproved of wastefulness and darned every sock. They approved of you. You slipped past their defences silky smooth, and though they sometimes thought me a fool, perhaps all parents do. Oh, they approved of you. They disapproved of fitted sheets and sitting in the sun. They thought my sister's hemline a disgrace to everyone. They disapproved of cats and dogs, they leave too much behind, who woe betide their owners if they didn't pay a mind. They disapproved of every single song I ever wrote. They'd have disapproved of this one if they'd lived to have a vote. And they disapproved of every pretty girl that I brought home, except for one they seemed to love until their days were done. They approved of you. You stormed their little castle made of rules, and though they sometimes thought me a fool, and I thought them foolish too, oh,
they approved of you. And as our days get shorter and the world outside turns strange, it's hard to keep an open mind, welcome every change. Patience and perseverance become harder tools to heft. They can slip right through your fingers till there isn't any left. They disapproved of taking a year off to see the world. They disapproved of changing jobs or anything so bold. And they disapproved of showing weakness and of showing love, and 100 other things that I have not mentioned above. They approved of you. You slip past their defenses silky smooth, though they sometimes thought me a fool, perhaps all parents do. Oh, they approved of you. You stormed their little castle made of rules, and though they sometimes thought me a fool, perhaps all parents do. Oh, they approved of you.
Thank you, Malcolm. Big hand for John Tanner.
Parents, eh? Mine were brilliant, actually. They just let us get on with it to the point where, when I was 17, I was learning to drive. And I discovered alcohol and stuff. And one night I got back from the Catholic Youth Club, quite pissed. And I saw my dad's car, which was his work car, in the drive. And I was very confident about driving. I thought, I'll just take it for a spin. So I got in the car, and I went up the A1, hammering up the A1, past Scratchwood service station, turned around a big roundabout. And as I came off the roundabout, it's a Wolseley 1560. It's got a very narrow. I blame the structure of the car for what followed. And I turned the car over in the overtaking lane, and it rolled. It rolled and then came to a halt upside down. And I could smell petrol. So well, that's a bit odd. I turned the ignition off, and I spent the night in the police turned up. And I spent a night in the police cells. And about six months later, my dad bought me a car. They were great. They were great. It doesn't show me in a very good light, really, does it? My children have been brilliant. None of them stole any cars or anything like that. My brother reported the car stolen. That was the other thing. What were you thinking? Well, these traveling shoes are torn and tattered, still keep moving on. They have learned to tread the routes that matter along the road when I was young. There have been missed signs and diversions, searching for the sun. Many misplayed plans and missing persons along the road when I was young. Down that well-worn path I wander, chasing dreams in the blue yonder, and freely spending time 'twas mine to squander along the road when I was young. Many nights alone and some nights together with some special one. And back behind the wheel and hell for leather along the road when I was young. My first song, it still lingers, how the notes spill from my fingers, and I did stand in line with the folk singers along the road when I was young. There were no goodbyes for some companions, never realized when time was done, each with our own absolute opinions along the road when I was young. I had guitar, was free to travel, strands of life unravel, and till I something across me along the road when I was young, along the road when I was young. Thank you. It's funny, the other thing I was thinking about, which is pretty stupid as well, I was working as in the computer department of a famous insurance company, and where they were talking, there was lots of talk about outsourcing the whole department to this consultancy firm, and there was a interregnum of about 3 months when nothing happened in the office, and we were all going out of our minds with boredom, getting pissed and coming back and playing Microsoft Golf on the PCs and everything like that. And one of them was we got so bored we were making anagrams out of the names of managers. And my manager was called Brian K. Mortensen, and my anagram was Mr. Tin Arse No Knob. I was particularly proud of that, actually. He wasn't that unimpressed, actually. Have you seen the new Bob Dylan film? Fantastic. Once upon a time, you dressed so fine, threw the bums a dime in your prime. Didn't you? People call, say beware, down you're bound to fall, though you thought we were all kidding you. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. Now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud about having to be scrounging for your next meal. Well, how does it feel? How does it feel? Be on your own, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone. I never turned around to see the frowns on the jugglers and the clowns when they came round to do their tricks for you. And he never understood that it ain't no good. You shouldn't let other people get your kicks for you. You said you'd never compromise with a mystery tramp, but now you realize he's not selling any alibis, as you stare into the vacuum of his eyes and say, do you want to make a deal? How does it feel? How does it feel? Be on your own, like a complete unknown. No direction home. Oh, you've been to all the finest schools, all right, Miss Loney, but you know you won't. Got used in it. And nobody ever taught you how to live out on the street. But now you're gonna have to get used to it. Used to ride on a chrome horse with your diplomat, carrying on his shoulder his Siamese cat. Ain't it hard when you discover that he really wasn't where it's at, after he took from you everything he could steal? How's it feel? How's it feel? Be on your own, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone. Our princess on the steeple and all the people thinking that they've got it made. Exchanging all kinds of precious gifts. You better take your diamond rings, better pawn it, babe. You used to be so amused, Napoleon in rags and the language that he used. Go to him now, he calls you, you can't refuse. When you've got nothing to lose. You're invisible now, you've got no secrets to conceal. Well, how does it feel? How does it feel? Be on your own, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone. Like a rolling stone.
A big hand for prisoner 612.
It's them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that time. When you need to open that bottle of wine. Big hand for the Banjolele boys! Thank you very much. That's awfully kind.
It's terribly insincere.
Awfully interesting facts.
5, 6, 7.
Ian, I've been singing in folk clubs since the early 70s. Ian's been singing with me as a Banjolele Boys for probably the last 10 years. And all that time, nothing very interesting has happened. So anyway, we know there's a gig, coming on the folk club, so we pick out a couple of songs to sing, and we rehearse it as usual.
So I know what
and one of them was rather strange, so I actually took the time yesterday afternoon to find out what it actually meant. And we're all set for that, and what happens? Cameron sings it.
Oh no! Hey, Cam, payback.
You want your old lobby washed down, it said. So
what is it about?
I'm not telling you.
No, he knows.
No.
He's terribly wounded.
Paddy and Ian and I are going to be singing at the Fairlands Community Centre on the 15th in a St Patrick's evening. We'll probably do it there, and I'll explain what it's all about there. So we'll have to fall back on another song. Good evening, we're the Banjolele Boys.
Good evening. How are you?
We think of ourselves as the charity shop of folk singing. We find songs that when they come out they're new and they're bright and they're popular and everybody likes them. Then after a while people lose interest in these songs, drifts away, and they get old fashioned and they're not popular anymore. And we find them and we recycle them. And this is going to be one of those. We call it the Green Door Medley, but You probably know it. We've done it before. Please join in.
Yeah, try and turn us out.
Ready? You ready?
Could be.
Right.
Yeah, roughly.
1, 2, 3, 4. I never felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love. Yeah. You got me singing the blues. I never felt more like crying all night, 'cause everything's wrong and nothing ain't right without you. You got me singing the blues. The moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone, I thought was mine. There's nothing left for me to do. Cry over you. I never felt more like running away. But where could I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. So for you. Midnight, one more night without sleeping, watching till the morning comes creeping. Green door, what's that secret you're keeping? There's an old piano and a playing rock behind the green door. Don't know what they're doing, but they laugh a lot behind the green door. Wish they'd let me in so I could find out what's behind the green door. Not once tried to tell them I've been there. Horseland, hospitality's been there. Wonder just what's going on in there. Saw an eyeball peeping through a smoky cloud behind the green door. When I said Joe sent me, someone laughed out loud behind the green door. All I want to do is join the happy crew behind the green door. I never felt more like running away. But where should I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. Thank you.
Thank you. A little thing. Many years ago, it's a long time ago, mate and I were going to night fish at the Thames between Walton and Weybridge, and we settled down for a peaceful night's fishing, hoping to catch the odd fish, but mainly to have a good sleep out in the fresh air. And anyway, about midnight, a posh bungalow across the river, they started to have a firework display, which was quite interesting, so we enjoyed that for a while. And then we settled back down, and a bit later on a thunderstorm came over, thunder and lightning, and which is a bit frightening when you're fishing with carbon rods and all the rest of it. But anyway, that sort of went away, and we settled down again. And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, there was a distant explosion, which we felt through our feet. And anyway, it turned out that the IRA had blown up the post office in Wimbledon. But worse than that, morning came, tired, not much fishing or anything, and I'd saved a Lion's individual fruit pie, blackberry and apple. And I unwrapped it carefully with tired fingers, and I got it up to my mouth, and I dropped it in the mud. And I still have a sense of loss when I think of it. So there you go.
Anyway, luckily we did bring another song in just in case we wanted to do a third, but we haven't, so we'll do the second one instead. Funnily enough, I got this off a Bruce Springsteen CD, which is rather strange for Bruce Springsteen. Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
You better know it.
You know it anyway, yeah.
I thought I heard the captain say, pay me my money down, tomorrow is our sailing day. Pay me my money down, pay me my money down, pay me or go to jail, pay me my money down, soon as the boat was near the bar, pay me my money down, knock me down with a spar, pay me my money down, pay me, down. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Well, I wish I was Mr. Gates. Pay me my money down. Hold my money in them crates. Pay me my money down. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Well, 40 nights at sea. Pay me my money down. Captain, worked every dollar out of me. Pay me my money down. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. 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 Thank you very much.
Thank you, boys.
Awfully kind, thank you.
Trav?
We didn't throw anything.
Do you need this?
No.
No.
Don't need that.
Big hand for Chris Harris.
First of all, a couple of announcements. Next club night, we've got Lynn Hellwood and Pat Turner, kind of ladies of a certain age, very entertaining. Very entertaining. The other main news is we're having a concert on the 21st of June here, which is a Saturday, with Pete Atkin. Some of you will know Pete Atkin, some of you won't. He was the musical partner of Pete Atkin and Clive James, the songwriter. So Clive James sadly died a few years ago, but so we've got Pete coming to entertain as a concert. It'll be £10 and you need to book tickets and stuff like that. So lots of information to come. That's it. And we're also trying to organise, because September the 14th will be 30 years since the club started. So we're trying to organise something to celebrate that, but exactly what? We don't know.
Is the concert here, or is it up in the upstairs bit?
It's here unless millions of people try and book tickets.
All right.
So it's here. So.
What time?
Oh, details. I haven't got anywhere near that yet.
Literally,
Anyway, this is a song about with very dubious gynecological advice in it. So, widow of Westmoreland's daughter. Ooh. There was an old woman in Westmoreland who had no daughter but one, who prayed both night and day she would keep her maiden long. Don't be daft, mother, she said, and say no more to me. A fine young man in the Grenady garden, maiden has taken from me. You saucy cat, you women and cat, and cursed may you be. Of an idle road in the Grenady garden, maiden has taken from me. So off she's gone to the Grenady Guards as fast as go can she. Said, oh, give me back me maidenhead, my mother she does not get me. So he kissed her hand and dressed her and he laid her on the bed. But he put her head where her feet were before, so he gave back her maidenhead. Then he kissed her and he dressed her, put a rose in either hand. He invited her round St Mary's Church to see his fine wedding. That's the one. So off she ran to her mummy's house as fast as go can she. So I'm full of maiden now as the day that you bore me. Cause he kissed me and undressed me and he laid me on the bed. But he put my head where my feet were before, so he gave back me maidenhead. Then he kissed me and he dressed me, put a rose in either hand. He invited me around St Mary's Church to see his fine wedding. Never on foot, the mother she cried in the carriage and play a ride, with 4 and 20 fine young girls to go with you beside. So that one thing keeps going wrong. Who is this, the bride, she says, who comes so bold to me? I see it is the widow's daughter who ran and told about me. How could you do it? How should you do it? How could you do it for shame? 11 long nights I laid with a man and I never told anyone. 11 long nights you laid with a man, you never will marry me. I'd rather marry the widow's daughter who ran and told about me. The end.
Okay. A big hand for Trevor.
You've been
G'day.
Been anywhere recently?
Well, what did you expect? Interesting fact. Had to think about this one. This is true. 1966, I was 19, and I was a drummer in a newly formed pop group in Manchester. Didn't last very long. We were together for a few weeks. The other 3 guys decided that playing electric guitar wasn't for them. Their fingers hurt and bled, so they gave it up. But my dad had paid a lot of money for this Premier drum kit that he bought me. And I had lessons, so I persevered. Anyway, I was recruited into an established 5-piece rhythm group in Manchester at the time. And we were together for about 3 years, and we had some good gigs. But the biggest gig we had was at Bellevue in Manchester. Little concert venue. It's no longer standing. It was torn down many years ago. But we were the support group for a band called the Hollies. We were that. And the 2 things I remember from that gig were, firstly, that there wasn't room on the stage for my kit and Bobby Elliott's kit. And Bobby Elliott let me play on his kit. So I played in the 5-piece band that I was with on Bobby Elliott's kit. So I was rather pleased about that. And the other thing I always remember is that towards the end of our set, as we were just about to leave, all these teenage girls came to the front of the stage. We thought we'd made it. Of course, we left the stage and they stayed there. They were just waiting for the Hollies. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, morbid or drear, than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer. Now the publican's anxious for his quota to come. There's a faraway look on the face of this bum. The mate's gone all cranky and the cook's acting queer. What a terrible place is a pub with no beer. Now the stockman rides up with his dry, thrusty throat. He stands at the bar and pulls a wad from his coat. But the smile on his face quickly turns to a sneer as the barman says sadly, the pub's got no beer. Then the swaggy comes in, smothered in dust and flies. He throws down his roll and rubs the sweat from his eyes. But when he is told, he says, "What's this I hear? I've trudged 50 miles to a pub with no beer." There's a dog on the veranda, for his master he waits. But the boss is inside, drinking wine with his mates. He hurries for cover, and he cringes in fear. It's no place for a dog in a pub with no beer. And old Billy the blacksmith, the first time in his life, goes home to his cold sober to his darling wife. He walks in the kitchen, she says, "You're home early, dear." He then breaks down and says, "The pub's got no beer." First verse again. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night where the wilding goes whole. But there's nothing so lonesome, morbid or drear, than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer. Thank you. I won't need that. Yeah, just come back from Australia. Bloody cold. Serious song, short song. I like it. It's a love song. Written by a guy called Richard Marks. It's got a bit of a chorus. Join in if I can remember it. Oceans apart, day after day, and I slowly go insane. I hear your voice on the line, but it doesn't stop the pain. If I see you next to never, how can we say forever? Chorus. Wherever you go, whatever I do, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, oh how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. I took for granted all the times that I thought would last somehow. I hear your laughter, I taste the tears, but I can't get through now. Oh, can't you see, baby, you got me going crazy again. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, oh how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. I wonder how we can survive this romance, but in the end if I'm with you, I'll take the chance. Can't you see it, baby? You've got me going crazy last time. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, oh how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you.
Very brave to sing with that hat on. Every time he opened his mouth, I was waiting for a cork to go in. Right, that's it. We've timed. Look at that, beautiful timing. Well done. Right, big hand for all the floor singers, please. And as Chris said, in 2 weeks' time, 2 ladies are good fun. Good fun, definitely good fun. Right, please take all your gear with you. Disappear quickly because we've got to rearrange the room back to where it should be. Good night. See you next time. Okay.
Bye.
Good night. See you.
Oh, it's Tony.